Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Exciting announcement for all of my listeners. I've officially opened my exclusive group, the ProjectME Passive Income Posse, to the public. This group is by application only, so we can keep the group high vibe and spend our time, energy, and expertise only helping those of you who truly want massive success and impact. You get live weekly trainings from me, special guest coaches, and direct access to me and my business partner for all of your questions. To learn more and apply, go to projectmewithtiffany.com, click on Work With Me, and select ProjectME Posse. And of course, any questions, feel free to DM me at ProjectMeWithTiffany. Welcome to the podcast and posse, ProjectME with Tiffany Carter. I'm your host, Tiffany, and we are going to get your social media accounts flooding with more of your ideal clients starting today with this episode. I'm going to teach you guys my ice cream sundae method that helps you create content that's going to fill your social media following with people who actually buy from you. All the thirsty boys in the yard, right? We can let them go. You don't need to be showing the booty pics, the cleavage shots, you know, bouncing around on the beach. Like, I get it. You have a cute body, you know, you have like serious booty gains going on. That's great. But you are getting a lot of those likes, and a lot of that engagement is coming from people who are never going to buy from you. And as soon as you stop posting that sexy kind of stuff, body kind of stuff, they're going to go away. I understand why so many of you do that, because you're looking at your feed, and every time you do it or you post a sexy shot or something like that, or a shot that shows more skin, you get a lot more engagement. And number one, that chemically feeds that dopamine in our brain, that feel good, that feel good chemical in our brain. It feeds our egos. And it's also like, well, this must be what my people want. I hear people say to me all the time when I ask them, well, what type of content does your ideal client love to receive from you? And in what way? Do they like video? Do they like graphics? Do they like quotes? What do they like? And I often get a response, especially from people who are in the fitness, wellness industry, where, you do need, and fashion as well, where you do need to show more full body shots for many reasons, right? So I understand why you'd want to show those, but a lot of people in that industry will say, well, this is what gets the most engagement. Well, we need to go a little deeper with that. What do your ideal clients like the most? Not the thirsty boys, okay? What do they like the most? What is getting the most genuine interaction in your comments, in your DMs, in your Facebook Messenger? What is getting people to take action and, buy something from you or sign up for your email list in some way? Speaking of which, I don't want to forget to say this to you guys. So many of you don't know that I have a secret posse. This is where every single week, directly to your inbox, I send out some of my highest end tips, strategies, exercises, and funny stories that are also teachable to you guys right there for you. And you are not going to be able to get that content anywhere else. And it's 100% free. You know that I built this whole damn thing without having an email list. And I decided at the end of 2019 to embrace email. And one reason why I never in all these years, now 12 years, never embraced emails, because I don't love being bombarded with emails. But I had to look at it a different way. And I said, all right, well, if I don't like that, how can I create it? How can I utilize email as a way to have fun, as a way to learn, as a way to help more women make more cash doing what they love and get out of their self-doubt and get out of their own way and make shit happen in life? How can I do that using the vehicle of email in a way that I would actually read it? And that's when I ended up hiring someone who's actually a former client of mine. Fun fact, I end up hiring a lot of my former clients. I mean, after all, I did train you guys. And there's also a trust built and a rapport built too. And this person who I hired is so good at, we call it like glitterizing everything. She makes things fun. We use memes. We make jokes. We make it visually really cool to look at and simple. It's not like just a bunch of text where you have to read and read and read. And I pour into making sure it's content you're not going to get anywhere else from me, and the shit's good. So it's my secret posse. If you want to be the first to learn how you're going to be able to access my upcoming signature sales course, Selling with Soul, and all the incredible freebies and swag and stuff that you're going to be able to get, what you want to do is go to my website right now, ProjectMeWithTiffany.com, and right there is a free welcome gift for you. Just click that button for that free welcome gift. It's a really cool passive income financial free guide. Just click the button, sign up, and you'll automatically be put into the secret posse, and you'll be the first to learn. Also, there's an amazing free training class that I'm doing in conjunction with my big signature sales course launch. And I've not taught this ever before in this platform, and I've never taught it publicly. And you guys are going to want to be able to grab your seat in it. Because I'm doing it on Zoom, it does have limited seating. So make sure you go to ProjectMeWithTiffany.com and grab that free welcome gift to get you guys into the secret posse. All right, let's get into my ice cream sundae method. Now, maybe some of you are lactose intolerant, so you can have, the lactose-free ice cream. And for my gluten-free, sugar-free, wheat-free, non-GMO, celery juice loving people, just go with me on this, people. Or, you know what? Like, take a break and have a damn bite of the sundae. All right? Like, enough's enough already. And fun fact, by the way, if I could have an ice cream sundae every single fucking night, I would. I mean, if I could do that and not look like Jabba the Hutt, I absolutely would. Like, I have a major fondness for ice cream sundaes. And so therefore, I'm using it as my analogy and created a method around it so that you guys can create content and take the guesswork out on what will work, what won't work. You have a formula to follow, and you just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So get ready for it. So I want you to visualize this ice cream sundae in front of you. Your ideal ice cream sundae. Any topping you want, any kind of ice cream you want, any kind of, glass you want it in, or a bowl, anything that you want in there. Even if it's something crazy that some people would think, is gross. I don't care. I've seen people put like Fruit Loop cereal on top of their ice cream sundaes. So it's however you want to see it. Visualize that in front of you. You can even go further and visualize like you're at a really cool, like fun ice cream shop, and a waiter is bringing out this, made to order ice cream sundae for you. And it comes to the table, and maybe you're sharing it with a couple of friends or your kids or something like that. And everyone will go, right? Oh, wow. Right? You get that wow factor. So we want to have that kind of an ice cream sundae going on. Remember, we don't do anything #basic here in the Project Me posse. Okay? We don't need to give Tiffany a rash. So they bring that ice cream sundae. You guys all go, ooh, wow. And you have, 3 spoons, 4 spoons, whatever it is. What's the first thing that probably everyone at the table would notice about this sundae? The sundae you've created, right, in your mind. So my sundae would for sure, I'm not a whipped cream person, so I wouldn't have this like mound of whipped cream on the top, but I want like high-end hot fudge. I love nuts. That sounds really bad, but I do. So I would want like crushed up walnuts and almonds. I would love for there to, bananas can be involved. I would love for like really gooey, amazing fudge brownie, like chunks to be in there. So the first thing you would notice, right, are the toppings. Whether you're a whipped cream person and you want the cherry on top, or, oh, you know what I'd also add? Like when you're in first class, and for those of you who've not flown first class, this will be good for you to visualize this if this is something you want to manifest. I fly most of the time I'm flying on American Airlines or British Airways because that's where I have the status. So shout out American Airlines, except at LAX when it takes me 2 hours to get my bags. Thank you. And not thank you. And when you're in first class, if you're flying cross country or international, you get, a menu like of what you like at a restaurant and get to pick what you eat. It's a very fun part of the experience. And calories don't count when you're in an airplane, by the way. Fun fact. And you get an ice cream sundae and you get to pick even some of your toppings. And they have, you can also do a butterscotch, and it's like truly melted butterscotch sauce on top too. So I definitely want that. So if you guys want to really ignite your manifesting to do 5-star first class travel, you can envision this ice cream sundae of yours being delivered for you while you're in first class watching a movie with your noise canceling headphones and being handed to you. That's even better, right? The first thing you're going to notice are the toppings. That's the first thing you're going to notice. That's what is going to make everyone at the table go, wow, it's the size of it, right? Like, I'm sure it's like really grand, or it looks really beautiful, or the dish is beautiful, but you're going to notice really the toppings. That's what's going to be the most attention grabbing, right? Just like with other dishes at restaurants, a lot of times it's the garnishes. They call it plating. And we know I don't cook, but I dine out all the time. So they call it plating. So someone could just give you, a steak and some steamed spinach on a plate. And it's like, ew, that looks gross, right? Or they can present it and plate it in a way where it looks super expensive or cool or trendy or a vibe, right? So we want to make sure that this ice cream sundae of yours has a vibe and has so much going on that you're like, you know what? I'm on a diet. I only eat celery juice and I have wheat-free crackers every day, right? But I still am going to have a bite of this sundae because it's so tempting. It looks so gooey. The toppings are so amazing. Like, I have to take a picture and Instagram it and share it with everyone. And I also at least have to have one bite. How many of you have told yourself that lie? Like, well, I'll just have one bite. And then 7 bites later, I'm like, oh, crap. I know I'm going deep on this analogy, but bear with me. All right. So that is the first thing you need to create when writing your posts and your content. And if it's video, it also applies there. So the toppings are like your headline. What is going to give that, ooh, wow, yum factor? What's going to give that is a ooh, wow, yum factor like, I have so many things I want to share with you today. Or is a yum factor like, if this is something you must know today in order to make more money in your business right now. Which is more, ooh, wow, yum, right? The second one, that's all FMA. So don't be doing grammar checks on me in my DMs. And yes, people do that. Thank you. Fuck you. Okay. So you want to make sure you're getting that ooh, wow, yum factor. That is key. That also goes for video. I just did an IGTV, ProjectME TV video on that. You can go find that on my Instagram at ProjectME with Tiffany if you want to see me explain this when it comes to video. But what is that headline that you are going to grab? Is it a really sexy statistic, a shocking statistic, a shocking statement? Is it going to be something funny? It's going to be something newsworthy, something trending. So that's going to hook someone where now you've captivated them. You've got their attention. You also need to be obviously doing this on your visual platforms, such as, right, any video, of course, but a Pinterest, Instagram, not as much Facebook, but still, you want to make sure that your image goes along with your topping. So your image and your headline are everything. And that doesn't mean, oh, I need to go and spend $20,000 on a brand photographer, or I need to go risk my life and hang off a cliff in the middle of, India and get a shot. By the way, there's a recent news story. There's two major travel influencers who a month ago died by getting an Instagram shot. They fell to their death. It's calm down, people. Awful. Very sad. So when I say that image needs to be that ooh, wow, yum factor, you can do this yourself on your phone. You just better make sure something is intriguing, visually appealing, where they're wanting more. Maybe you're doing a boomerang of yourself. Maybe you dress up your dog, in something. Get really creative, but please don't post some basic quote. Don't use some stock image that's been used a million times, or, just a random look at your food that doesn't look pretty, or just a close-up shot of a flower. I mean, that's not going to be the ooh, wow, yum factor. All right. So the next part in the sundae is, what's the substance of a sundae, right? It's the ice cream. That's the substance. You can have amazing toppings. You could have the Ghirardelli chocolate. You can have the best almonds, the best walnuts, the best butterscotch, organic bananas. You can have all those great toppings. But if the foundation of that sundae has some chintzy ass old freezer burned, basic ice cream, it's going to be the toppings might help cover it up a little bit, but you'll probably never order the sundae again. Okay. It won't be worth the calories. It'll be a, meh, meh kind of a thing. So we want to make sure after you do your ooh, wow, yum headline and image that you have some substance right away, in that top third. You need to have some kind of a substance. You can do it with storytelling. You can do it with giving 3 steps, 3 tips. Here are 2 examples. Here's a case study. Here's a recipe, right? It all depends on what field you're in. If you're, into fashion or styling, here's how to up your date night look or something like that, right? And go into it. That is your substance. So what you don't want to do is get into some clickbait thing where you make the toppings are so sexy, the image is so sexy, and then right after that headline, you're giving someone some basic freezer burn ice cream. You're giving them stuff where it's you're going to lose them. And guess what's going to happen? Even if you have other great pictures and other great toppings, headlines, they might like your photo, but you are not going to get them to engage in comments and DMs from you. And last time I checked, if you're listening to this show, you are interested in being able to make more money online or generate more client leads online, even if it's for a physical business, or you want to learn how to do it, or you want to be a blogger, you want to be an Instagram influencer, you wouldn't be listening to the show otherwise. If you wanted to sit in your 9-to-5 and continue to post pictures of your cat and not monetize anything using any digital platforms whatsoever, then why are you listening to me? Or is it just that, maybe I make you laugh and I do share a lot of, mindset stuff too. And maybe that's why, but I doubt you're really listening this far into this episode. So I want to make sure that you guys
use quality ingredients for every single part of that ice cream sundae. Don't get lazy. The meat of a post, yes, that's when most people kind of zone out because there's a lot. It's the content monster. You've got to put a lot out there. It's got to be good. It's got to be great. It's got to be all the time. It's a lot. It's like back in the day when everyone wanted to have a blog. Okay, it was like the thing. Everyone wanted a blog. And then what would happen is people would come to me, since I was very early in having a digital marketing company, and they would want to have a blog. You know, these big businesses, a lot of them, Fortune 500, Fortune 100 businesses wanted blogs. And I said, that's great. But in order to have a blog, you have to have a successful blog. You have to have a minimum of 2 great blog articles going out every single week. And you have to have content that's batched because maybe you get sick, maybe there's holidays, maybe people are off, maybe something else is happening, and you've got to keep that going and going and going, and then do all the SEO and all the hashtags and all the other shit behind the scenes. So a lot of people would start these blogs, you know, thinking they were going to be like the next, you know, millionaire mom with a blog, and they fizzled out because of the content monster. The same thing happens with podcasts. That's why I am very open to being on other people's podcasts, even people's podcasts who have not taken off yet or are new. But one of my main criteria is I need to see how serious the person is with their consistency with their episodes. Unless I know the person personally, I won't go on a show that just has 3 or 5 episodes. You haven't proven to me that you're in it for the long haul, even when it's not fun, even when no one's listening, even when you don't feel like it. I need to see that consistency. So this is what happens with online content and why I'm giving you this ice cream sundae method to tell you what works so you don't have to guess. All right, so make sure that meat of it, that ice cream, is high quality. Now, we're still not done, right? Because now we have the end of the post. And this is when people also get lazy. I attribute, is that the right word here? Guess what? I don't care. I look at the end of a post is like the dish, the container that the ice cream comes in. What happens when that sundae is all eaten up? What is left at the table? It's the spoons and the dish, the container that the ice cream was in. And depending on where you're eating this thing at, that thing can sit in front of you for a solid 20, 30 minutes. You want to make sure that you're not putting this glorious, beautiful, high vibe, incredible masterpiece of a sundae in some broke down paper contraption or some, chipped bowl or something like that. You want it to go along with your brand. You want it, if your brand is like mine, where it's like, fun and educationally edgy, I would want to make sure that my sundae, right, is in a purple and gold, really, really cool, eye-catching container, and that I would probably want to have like gold spoons or something like that people are still talking about even after the sundae's over and the bowl and the spoons are sitting there. It's like, oh, wow, that's a really cool bowl. I wish we got to take that home with us or something like that. This is your call to action on your posts. Don't get lazy at the end. Don't think that no one cares about the last couple lines of your post. That's not true. People who are wanting to work with you and are interested in potentially buying from you, they want to see all the things. So at the end, you need to make sure you are asking your audience a question to elicit a response. You want to elicit a response. Just like I said with the container for the ice cream, you want to elicit a response like, God, that's a really cool bowl, or how fun they found an old-fashioned like ice cream parlor dish. I didn't know they made those anymore. You want to elicit a response. So ask a freaking question. Ask a question at the end, right? You can be fun with it depending on what your brand is. You can say, okay, give me, your 4 favorite emojis below if you if you agreed with this post, or if you're ready to do this. Get creative in how you're asking them to engage below, but you need to do that. Then the next thing you must do is have a call to action. And don't just go, a link in bio. Switch it up, okay? Otherwise, it's boring. The call to action can be to tell them about some cool freebie you have. It could be to go listen to a podcast. It could be to promote an IGTV or something on YouTube. It could be a Facebook Live. It could be to buy something from you. It could be to DM you. All right, but make sure you keep the conversation going about your damn Sunday. The call to action can also be to tag a friend. The call to action can also be to go write a 5-star written iTunes review if you love this podcast. And so you guys know, writing those 5-star written reviews on iTunes, you don't have to have an Apple device in order to write an iTunes review. All you have to do is go to my podcast, ProjectME One Word with Tiffany Carter on iTunes, and scroll down a little bit and you'll see, it's not really big, but you'll see it says write a review, and just click on it, tap 5 stars and write a sincere review. It takes about 90 seconds, but that goes so far in helping us keep this show going. This is not free to produce. It's just free to all of you. And it means so much. And I read each and every one of those. On top of that, how about this for the dish and the ice cream sundae? Okay. On top of that, I buy each of you a coffee of your choice. It can be a mocha. It can be some unicorn latte, a coffee of your choice for leaving a 5-star written iTunes review. So make sure you put your Instagram handle or your Facebook handle in your review so I know. And you can also take a screenshot and DM me on Instagram at ProjectMe with Tiffany so that I know that you left the review. Okay, they can take like 24 to 48 hours to pop up because iTunes reviews them for like profanity and bullying and stuff like that and authenticity. But once you show me that, I will treat you to a coffee of your choice. Wasn't sure if you guys knew that, but how's that for putting it all into a fancy dish with gold spoons, right? So call to action, and what do they get for that call to action? And there you go. You have your post. Of course, there's a whole hashtag thing, which will be a separate episode because I want to teach you guys my winning hashtag practices that I use. And I've made a lot of mistakes, so to speak, with hashtags. I've experimented a lot. Things have worked, things have bombed, things have not worked. So I want to be able to share those with you. And then if it's something that you guys are wanting to learn, let me know. If it's something that you're like, I don't really want to learn that from you, then I'm not going to do it. This is all for you guys. I do this show for you to help you. So any topics you want me to cover, always DM me at ProjectMe with Tiffany, and I am more than happy to create podcast episodes around that. So let me know if you have any questions around my ice cream sundae method. This is going to get your content to convert. And again, keep that visual in your head of your ideal sundae from the top all the way to the spoons to the dish. And I want you now to go back through any posts you've created or any upcoming posts and look, does this pass the ice cream sundae test? Do I really have this in here, or do I need to tweak some stuff? And my guess is you're going to have to tweak some stuff, and that's okay. Go back and do it. The whole point is for this shit to convert. So I want to make sure it does. Have that picture in your head. Go write that 5-star written iTunes review so I can buy you a coffee. I'm so excited for you guys to be able to hear all the upcoming episodes and to be able to sign up for my upcoming amazing free training class that I am doing in order to support my signature sales course, Selling with Soul. So I hope to see all of you there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.